Today I thought I'd look at Krell. He's a new addition. He's a hero, but you can't just put him in. He doesn't cost anything at the beginning. You can't just put him in straight into the army. What you have to do is you have to have Heinrich, I think his name is, from the vampire faction, and you have to summon him in mid battle. But the waiting time is about 135 seconds. So it's quite high for you can actually summon him, but in most cases you won't get into like the main part of the battle until then anyway, so it's not too bad. And what I've done basically, I've gone against hero versus hero to see how Heinrich now goes against these other people, because before he was quite underpowered, even though he's supposed to be like the Lich King or something, not Lich King, sorry, Lich Master. He's basically quite powerful, but he's quite weak and he's not very good at all. So this new hero Krell has given him a bit of a boost in, I guess, attack power in a way, because obviously you're now bringing two heroes to the fight. You bring in obviously like an extra lord. If you can summon, you can only summon him once. I mean, obviously because he's summoned, he can now deteriorate. And this first fight is against Chaos and the Sun Eater. I thought I'd see how they do against a large unit such as the Sun Eater, because obviously he can knock you over, and he's obviously classed as a large unit. He's got scaly skin, so he's got a lot of armour. But I thought I'd see how he does against these. And it doesn't end up that great, or not as, or well at all. I thought it'd end up a bit better than this, but yeah, it didn't go that way. So I was using spells to regenerate him a bit more, because obviously because he deteriorates and takes damage from the other heroes, he's quite vulnerable in a way. But he has got armour. He's a damage dealer, and I think he's armour piercing and he causes terror. So he's got some pretty good skills. And his stats aren't too bad either. And so as you can now kind of summon him in. He's obviously Heinrich is now a better unit for doing 1v1s against other heroes, unless you've already used the summon. So now obviously having this summon now has made him a bit better. Obviously going against other heroes, you can use obviously Krell just to summon him in as a kind of backup unit. But then you've also got the summon zombies. So that can kind of be like a distraction unit for like if you're going against like sort of main bit of the army and the leader, you can kind of summon in these zombies in just to hold the main army off or something, and then use Krell and your main lord Heinrich just to come in. Obviously it's good for them sort of things, but obviously against the Sun Eater, he's got scaly skin and he's big, so he knocks you down every few seconds. They're not very good. He just whacks through them and he destroys them really. You don't really have a chance, and so I actually concede the battle just to get over and done with, because say Krell's dead now, so I literally have no chance, because the amount of health the Sun Eater has compared to my spellcaster is virtually nothing. You know, it's I've got so little health that I've got no chance of winning at all, and my attack power isn't that great either. I've still got magic left, but there's no point. So I've just ended this one here, really, because I knew I'd lose. Obviously, there's no point going on with it. Obviously, there was no way I was going to win at all. The next one was against Ungrim in the Dwarves. Obviously, I wanted to do 3 different factions. Obviously, you'll see the third one in a minute. This one obviously went a lot better. He had much more of a chance. Obviously, his Ungrim, I think he's armoured. And obviously the dwarves are quite hardy people, so they're normally obviously quite difficult to defeat in a way. And obviously I made sure I chose a decent hero for each faction I've gone for. And obviously Heinrich isn't that expensive. I think he's one of the cheaper. I think he's say second or third cheapest vampire count lord. So he's very cheap anyway, and I'm going against quite expensive lords as well. But you can see I've almost killed this dwarf leader already. I've got it on fast forward for a little while, but I didn't realise how quick I was defeating the lord. So I had to put it back on play, and he's virtually dead. So going against dwarves now with these two Krell and Heinrich, they say destroyed this lord completely. So it's a much better matchup. Whereas before the dwarf would say destroy him normally, but no, we got through him quite quickly. The third battle is against vampires. I thought I'd obviously try the vampires out, and obviously I've gone for Manfred. So I've gone for the most expensive lord against one of the more cheaper ones in the vampire counts. obviously I didn't put him on a mount. I just wanted to make it a bit more of a fair fight in a way. I gave them both extra items and extra abilities and stuff, so we get the maximum out of both. And this battle was one of the best battles because he starts summoning zombies, which I didn't really think about. So I've summoned in Krell, obviously straight away again, gone straight for them, and what I didn't realise, obviously, he's started to bring in zombies, which you'll see in a second. And him bringing in zombies made it a bit different. It made it more of an actual battle, more than anything else. So here you see the zombies coming in, he's just spawned his in, so obviously I had to spawn mine in. And obviously and then once his zombies comes in, he starts to run away, as you can see there. He's starting now to run away a bit, just to kind of get more ground back, and to get me focused on these zombies. But obviously I've brought mine in to kind of counteract his, and then brought my leaders away to then come back to his, so I could start fighting him again. But this was quite an interesting battle, as obviously both had zombies to spawn in, and it wasn't just a one-on-one leader battle, or two-on-one, obviously, because of Krell. But no, I think the strategy with Krell is you need to keep healing him. You need to make sure you have some sort of magic to heal him, to keep him in battle, because he deteriorates. It's not too bad, his deterioration isn't that fast. But it's a fact, obviously, he takes damage from the other armies, enemy armies, and the fact, obviously, he's deteriorating. So you need that push to give him some more health. And here you can see he's getting in more zombies, so I've had to bring in more mine, just to kind of counteract his. And he brings in quite a few in the end. I think he brings in all 6 of his zombie units, whereas I think I bring in about 3 of mine. But no, this matchup, Krell does make a big difference. Krell is actually, he's not overpowered, but when you've got this situation of one-on-one with leaders, or you need that extra boost because they flanked you and they flanked your lord or something. So especially with this dude where he hasn't got much health. He's a very good boost and a bodyguard in a way, so it's good to use him. And so I'm using obviously these degrading spells. Obviously, I think they're for speed and melee damage or something on his leader. But yeah, and obviously using the extra melee damage on Krell now and again. Obviously, because he's a better melee fighter than Heinrich is. But then this fight was quite good. But we still beat him. We beat the Lord. It wasn't too hard, to be honest. It was quite an easy fight. So yeah, Heinrich is now a lot better in a way. But because you can only summon Krell once every battle, it's now got to the point where if you summon him at the wrong time, or you summon him and then they run away and let him deteriorate, it then makes Krell a bit useless, because obviously your main force, the main attack, obviously from Krell, is now it goes, and then once he's gone, that's it. You can't summon him again. So then their lords or their army can come back to you and destroy that lord. So in a way, Krell's a good addition to the game, but I think he should have really been his own unit. I don't think he should have been a summon in a way, because he's now a bit underpowered in a way, because you've got to think about how you got to use him. But in a way, it makes it better, because obviously it makes him more tactical. So you can't just use him anywhere you want. He can't just be an overpowered unit. So he can still be strong, but you can only have him for a little bit amount of time. And obviously, if you keep healing him, obviously he keeps in the battle, and that's obviously quite a weird way of doing it. And you can see I brought some more zombies here just to fight off them other zombies, because they were getting on my nerves. But now eventually their lord goes down. I think it goes down the second. Yeah, there you go. He's gone down. Oh no, not quite. Oh no, he's gone down a second. There we go. There we go down a second. And yeah, so this one was a better fight, but so we won 2 out of 3. We didn't win the large battle against Sun Eater, but we won the other 2, which is Heinrich has now got a much better. He's much more usable in battles now, which is a good thing, because he was pretty useless before. And obviously now you got your obviously last time you just use von Korstein, and obviously because he's got 2 lots of spells, and he can have a zombie dragon, and he's a very good melee fighter. But now he's actually got a combatant that can actually keep up with him. He doesn't have a mount or anything, but you can keep up with him with a cheaper unit, a cheaper lord now, and he can actually be viable in battle. So yeah, this was my kind of review on Krell. Hope you enjoyed. Obviously, like and subscribe. And obviously, hopefully, you look at the other videos. I've got a couple on Warhammer, but not many. Obviously, I've only just started to do them. I was mainly doing For Honor stuff, but that's going down at the moment because I'm being able to play it as much because of work, and so I'm not as good at it anymore. And a lot of the people obviously are playing it a lot more with the Hero series coming along. But hopefully I'll have a video for that as well soon. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.